Making it to the Real Madrid first team is the stuff of legend and the ultimate dream for millions of kids around the world. If possible, it's even more special for a Madrid boy like Fernando Sanz, who, together with hundreds of kids, united by an excitement and a passion, took part in Real Madrid trials at 9 years of age. Little did he know that he would be making the first of many steps which would culminate in a career of 11 seasons in the Liga BBVA with Real Madrid and Malaga.
I was 9 years old and I remember it perfectly. It was in the old sports complex, the trials to get into Real Madrid. I remember there was a match and you had to send an application to take part in the trial. They sent you a letter where they asked you to come on a Saturday morning, where hundreds of kids came together and you did your trial match. I scored 2 goals from defense and they selected me to play in the club tournament. Since I also did well in the club tournament, they put me in the Real Madrid Youth Academy and I started at the under-10s.
Few youth academies are as competitive as Real Madrid's, where thousands of talented youngsters pass through. Fernando Sanz is one of the few who can claim to have been at the top of the club from the under-10s all the way up to the first team.
I don't know if it's true or not, but the other day someone said to me that only 2 players have passed through all the categories in the history of Real Madrid, from under-10s to the first team. Those 2 players are myself and Guti. I don't know if it's correct because so many players have passed through Real Madrid, but it's true that Guti and I have passed through all of them. I passed through the youth academy, all the categories. I know how difficult it is. I've seen so many talented players who you thought were bound to make it as professionals, but in the end they didn't. And that's because it's not just about talent, there's so much more. You have to be lucky with injuries, have to persevere. There are so many things. When you get the reward of a first-team place after going through all the ups and downs to get there, you realize that the fans see the 90 minutes, and the floodlights, and the Bernabeu, and the big wages. But they don't see all you have to go through to get there.
Pero hasta llegar ahí tienes que pasar muchas penurias, ¿no?
Despite never being an undisputed starter during his 4 seasons at Chamartín, the Madrid centre-back lifted various trophies, 2 of which he remembers with particular affection.
Logically, the trophy all Madrid fans want is the Champions League, and we won it after 32 years without winning it. I was actively involved, playing the semi-finals against Borussia Dortmund, both home and away. It's obviously a very special trophy, but another one that I was also very excited to win was the Intercontinental Cup in '98 in Tokyo against Vasco da Gama. It was a tricky match because back then they had a great team. Practically all the players that played in that team in Brazil have been important players in European teams. I think those 2 trophies are the most memorable.
After 7 seasons at a high level with Malaga, Sanz led the Costa del Sol team for 4 of those campaigns and currently works for the LFP, helping to spread the LaLiga brand through the world, a competition that wins supporters daily in every corner of the globe.
Without a doubt, I think the steps the Spanish League has made are remarkable. We're reclaiming little by little the place we should be in because we've never had international aims before. Since 2.5 or 3 years ago, we've started to expand out of Spain because if you look at the figures, there are more than 2.1 billion people who follow La Liga. So turning our backs on that reality was absurd. We had to be close to those fans who also have a lot of passion for Spanish football. And we've started to get closer to them and started to say to people that the Spanish League is one of the best in the world.